Wednesday's business, because while we will have a briefing later on from the government in relation to the preparedness for Brexit in a no-deal scenario, and while there is statements on Thursday with 5 minutes of questions from each grouping at the end, it does show, and we've argued that these statements should be on Wednesday, they should be on tomorrow. There is obviously a vote to take place in the House of Commons tonight. The outcome of that will be clear, and we should as a Parliament here be discussing this tomorrow in terms of what is the position of the Government in relation to whether they have rejected the agreement that the EU member states and government have.
The business before us is the business that the Business Committee has agreed.
Yeah.
I would have assumed that your own representative would have agreed to this process.
Yes, our own representative did put forward the proposal that this debate would take place on Wednesday, and I'm sure you're familiar with that. I'm not sure if you were at the meeting, but he did argue that this debate should take place on Wednesday, that there should be more urgency than has been shown in terms of the business that's before us, and that's why I rise here today. Obviously, we were not in a majority at that meeting, and I'm making the point here today again that I think that this debate should take place tomorrow, given the outcome of the vote tonight in the House of Commons, and given the importance that people right across the island of Ireland, but people in my constituency where I travelled the border twice to get down here today, wants to know what their future holds in store. So I would argue that we should reconsider this, and I would argue that the government should, because I believe it was the government that objected to it being held tomorrow, that the government should reconsider this and show a sense of urgency and have this debate tomorrow.
Chief Whip.
The Government doesn't have a majority in the Business Committee. We have 2 votes, and actually we didn't have a meeting with an incorporeal meeting but as far as I understand, I stand corrected, that issue wasn't raised with me. The issue that was raised on the Brexit issue was in relation to timing and the facilitation of questions that Fianna Fáil requested and others, and we acceded to that request. So what was agreed at that incorporeal meeting, and back and forth we had a number of discussions, and there was, as I said, a third draft was that the Brexit statements and questions would be on the Thursday.